my dear students of ninth class. Today I have come with another video, and in this video I am going to discuss lesson number 6, and the name of the lesson is Weathering the Storm in Ersama, right? And this chapter has been taken from your book Moments. Alright guys, so before I start the video, I would like to tell you what I am going to discuss in this video. First, the story will be discussed in detail, and at the end of the video I would tell you the moral values, or you can also say that through this story what the writer wants to convey you, what he wants that you think over. Alright guys, so let's discuss the story in detail. The story, before I would like to tell you the gist of the story. Right, this is a story of a young boy named Prashant who rescued the people of his village. This brave and courageous boy not only helped rescuing people but also played an important role in redeveloping the village and helped the people to become mentally strong. Alright guys, so this story starts. The cyclone that hit Orissa in October 1999 killed thousands of people and destroyed hundreds of villages. For 2 dreadful nights, Prashant, a young man, was marooned on the roof of a house. On the 3rd day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family? So, the story starts with a question. The writer wants to ask and wants you to find out the answer of this question. Did he find his family? Right. So let's discuss the story in detail. On October 27, 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, his is used for Prashant's mother. It means that he lost his mother in 1992. He had to go to Ersama, a small coastal village in Orissa that is 18 kilometers away from his village, to spend time with his friend. Suddenly in the evening, a storm came. Winds beat against the houses with a speed Prashant had never witnessed in his life. There were black clouds, and heavy rain not only uprooted the trees but crushed the trees badly. Houses were washed away. Angry water swirled into friend's house. The house was very strong and made of bricks, but the wind was flowing at a velocity of 350 km per hour, and it has destroyed Prashant's friend's house. The rain had damaged most of the houses in the village. This devastation of water went for 36 hours. The destruction went for 36 hours. However, wind speeds has reduced by next morning. Prashant and his friend's family took refuge on the roof. As it is told to you, the house of Prashant's friend that was strong, and on that day they managed to take the refuge on the roof. For the first time, he had seen the destruction by a super cyclone. In the morning, nothing was left. Everywhere he could see fractured cement houses, carcasses of animals, human corpses floated every direction. Coconut trees had fallen. He satisfied his hunger eating coconut falling on his roof. So nothing was left for eating. So they had satisfied their hunger, right? Having the coconut trees, or having the coconuts fallen from the coconut trees. 2 days, Prashant and his friend's family spent on the roof. It was so chill all around, right? There was chilled weather, and it was really very difficult to survive in such a chilly weather, right? The 2 days seemed 2 years. The 2 days of that super cyclone they had witnessed seemed that they have been suffering for the last 2 years. Rainwater began to recede. Prashant was determined to see his family. Rainwater determined to recede. It means that पानी थोड़ा थोड़ा उतर रहा था, and at that time Prashant took a decision to go back to his village and to find out whether his family has been rescued or not, safe or not, fine or not. All right. So depressed thoughts were running. At that time, only depressed thoughts were coming into his mind, whether he lost or family has been saved. His friend's family pleaded to stay here for few days because it was risky to go. Right. However, he decided to go and wanted to find out whether his family was fine or not. तो उसके फ्रेंड्स की फैमिली ने बोला आप थोड़े दिन और यहाँ रुक जाओ क्योंकि बाहर निकलना थोड़ा रिस्की है, खतरनाक हो सकता है. But Prashant has decided that he should have to find his family. He took a long trek and started his journey going back to his village. He had to use the stick to locate the road and to determine where the water was most shallow. Right. So at that time, if any problem falls on you, you should apply your reasoning and logical power. Right. So that is why a stick has been taken. You should not put your life at risk. First, to save your life, only then you can be able to save the others life. पहले अपने आप को बचाना होता है, तभी हम दूसरों की हेल्प कर सकते हैं. So that is why he took a stick. At places it was waist neck deep. Right. And sometimes he lost the road and had to swim. Then he became happy to see his two friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. As they were moving ahead, जैसे ही वो आगे बढ़ रहे थे, what they had witnessed, उन्होंने क्या देखा, made them depressed. और जो भी देखा उन्होंने उस चीज़ ने उनको बहुत ज़्यादा depressed कर दिया. It means बहुत ज़्यादा दुखी कर दिया. They had to push away. उनको आगे बढ़ने के लिए पीछे हटा रहे थे. What? The answer is they had to push away human bodies, men, women, children, carcasses of dogs, goats, kettles. The village they passed. Right. There were only dead bodies and broken houses. Now Prashant reached his village, Calikuda. His house was also broken. Where he could see his house, now only remnants of its roof. तो कुछ भी नहीं बचा था. Right. Now Prashant decided to go to Red Cross shelter to look for his family. He went into the crowd. He saw his maternal grandmother, and she became very weak with hunger, but her eyes brimmed when she saw him. तो जो उसकी maternal grandmother थी, नानी थी, जैसे ही उसने प्रशांत को देखा, her eyes started shining with happiness. He met his entire family in the camp, brothers, sisters, uncle, aunts, and felt relaxed. Now he is mentally relaxed and he is ready to help others. 86 lives were lost, 96 houses washed away. Prashant, at the age of 19, decided to be a leader. He organized a group of youth and elders to redevelop. He pressurized the merchants to part with his rice. Government was also trying very hard to provide food and shelter to the cyclone victims. Their entire stored food was also destroyed. Like they gathered the fallen branches and set fire to cook rice. For the first time after the cyclone, the survivors had filled their bellies. Right. So 4 दिन बाद वहाँ के जो साइक्लोन विक्टिम्स थे, उन्होंने ब्रांचेस को इकट्ठा किया, राइस उनके पास थे, तो उन्होंने राइस को कुक किया एंड दे हैड फिल्ड देयर बेलीज. His next task was to make a team of young to clean the surroundings because what devastation had done by cyclone somehow tolerated, but there was a risk of other diseases to spread out. जो तो साइक्लोन ने डिस्ट्रक्शन किया था, वो तो उसको तो वो सह गए. However, अगर इसी तरह की गंदगी आसपास रहेगी तो दूसरी बीमारियां भी वहाँ पर फैल सकती हैं. So they decided to clean the surroundings. He made a team to clean the shelters of filth, urine, vomit, floating carcasses, and to tend to the wounds and fractures of many injured people. Right. On the fifth day, a helicopter hovered. तो हेलीकॉप्टर ऊपर घूम रहा था. Threw parcels of food. After throwing, it did not come. He and his team collected utensils and asked the children to lie in the sand, keeping utensils on their bellies. This was adopted to communicate with the helicopters to throw parcels of food every day here. After that, the helicopters regularly threw food there. Next task performed by him and his team, women were engaged in cooking and men secured food and shelter. As the time passed, he realized that many children became orphaned and women lost their children. They all fell into deeper grief. He engaged women in cooking, and for children he organized cricket matches because it was really difficult for the children to forget about their lost families, and they were in deep grief. Even the mothers, even the widows, they lost their families, right? The plan proposed by the government to send women and children different institutions. So the government had also a plan. They discussed that they have decided to send the orphan children into orphanage and the women into some different institutions. But Prashant thought children would grow without love and widows would suffer from stigma and loneliness. Both of them do need each other. His team has decided orphans should be resettled in their own community. Widows got children and children got mothers. 6 months had gone, people life was coming on the track, and everyone from that village, including Prashant, they were trying to forget and try to live happily after that, because you should have to forget, otherwise it will be difficult for you to survive. This is the life story, right? So what moral does the writer wants to convey you? The first, problems are part of our life. Problems, they will definitely come. You cannot stop the problems to come. Sometimes nature brings the problem in the form of cyclone, earthquakes, right, heavy rain. At that time, what you should have to do, you should not lose your mind. You should not lose your logical power. Be calm. Try to analyze the situation, right, and think what you can do to save yourself and others. We can also say that sorrows and happiness, good time and tough time, two faces of one coin. If you throw the coin, what is the probability of coming head and tail? 50%. So your life, 50% is full of sorrows and 50% full of happiness. But you should have to lead your life logically. We should not lose our mind, right? What has been lost cannot be recovered. जो तो आपने खो दिया है वो तो वापस नहीं आ सकता. बट वन थिंग कैन बी डन बाय यू. एक चीज़ आप कर सकते हैं टू सेव वॉट इज लेफ्ट विथ यू. आप जो बच गया है उसे तो बचा सकते हैं, राइट? सो डोंट शेड द टीयर्स. आंसू मत बहाइए, पहले अपने आप को बचाइए इन सच अ ड्रेडफुल सिचुएशन, देन ट्राई टू हेल्प अदर्स. बी काम, बी काइंड टू ऑल, right? Help others. And one thing also that you should have to focus on, team spirit. One man cannot do all the things. One man cannot do all the things. Team spirit. There should be team spirit, right? One man cannot do, right? but a team can perform arduous tasks also. Arduous means difficult tasks also, right? So now I'm going to end the video. In the end, you can see the picture of a cyclone, right? And then you will be able to build up the ideas. If such a situation comes before you, how you will manage to save yourself and the lives, because young people are the assets of a country. You should have to come forward to help others. This is the duty assigned to you being a young man, right? Thank you guys. This is the end of the video. Do watch the video thoroughly. Thank you very much. Bye bye.